Okay, streaming. I need to see it here and then we'll be good. Good. Starting. Bingo. Awesome. Gotta make sure it's actually up though. You are live. Internet can totally see you. I can't see myself though. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're live. Cool. Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the JH Show. Today I am with my girlfriend. Say hello, Emily. God, you're such a dork. So, I was out of town Monday, or else I would have done the podcast normally, and so this is kind of a special episode. I thought, you know what, we're in a voice call, why not just do a video, or do something, you know, for that, if that makes sense. So, this is my girlfriend. I guess I'll let her introduce herself. Yeah, yeah. So, um, Emily and I met in October of last year. So it's coming up on 6 months. It's been 6 months. Good God. Time flies. So how did we meet? Was I drunk? I don't think I was drunk the night we met. Was I? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Uh, so at the time I was like a really bad headspace and I was like I don't know, I was really depressed and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get on, see if I can meet somebody cool. And I got on VR chat and then joined off of one of my friends, Red Unlucky, and met my girlfriend at the time. What did we, I mean, we were in this one world and I was just talking to you for I don't know how long. And then the next time we met, what do we do after that? Like, yeah, yeah. Let's see. I've got to make sure the audio is being captured because I don't know if it is. Keep talking. uh, yeah, hold on. Let me do a settings check. That would be awkward to have. Okay, now talk. Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's working now. Okay, good. Fuck. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, my girlfriend's been talking this whole time, and you haven't even been able to hear her. I mean, the live stream probably will, but that's about it. So yes, my girlfriend and I met in October 2019 and in VR chat, and it was pretty cool. We like hung out in this one world where what were there crabs or something? Like there were crabs.
Crabs!
Yes, the crabs in the world. So there were crab.
Crabs!
There were crabs in the world that was there.
Time to sleep.
Yeah, time to sleep. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, it's not time to sleep. Time to sleep's the blue one, the dark one.
No,
That's
that
where
was
we
rest
met.
and sleep,
Oh, rest and sleep. So time and sleep is another one?
I guess.
Okay. So we met the rest and sleep and then time and sleep. So there are these crabs in the world and I was just I don't know, I was really awkward at first because I was like DC gamer girl like it was so weird. Um I don't know. Like it's weird how we just kind of started hanging out a lot more online. And then one day, I think it was October, it would have been like later that month, I was like, yeah, I kind of like you. Like, This is, me just like, what's good? I think you're cute. Like, it was so weird. I don't know. Um, but yeah, and ever since then, we've been official. It was fun. And if you watch the YouTube channel, you'd see that I went to Memphis in January and met her in person for the first time, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cool. We had a lot of fun. I got my tattoo there, so that was
Yay.
that was fun. I love this tattoo. It's my favorite tattoo so far. Uh, but yeah, so kind of explain what you do because you have all those trophies on the back. For the viewers that are listening, my girlfriend has some ribbons and stuff on the back and probably a few others. What are those from?
Well, you see, Mr. Gearball Gaming, JH Show person. Um, I do a grand total of 80,000 things. No.
Yeah, no
The
kidding.
things in the back are mainly dog shows. I show dogs. I have 4 Siberian Huskies that are probably tearing up the rug downstairs at this moment, or
Jesus.
they're just laying on the couch like beamers. I don't know. And then those are pictures of my dogs too. So, um, I do dog showing. That's mainly what's everywhere around my room. I have like ribbons on ribbons on ribbons. I have a whole stack of them over here
Jeez.
because I have nowhere else to put them. I have 3 bulletin boards of them right there because I don't know where to put them.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 horse ribbons because I do horse showing for my college.
Cool.
And those are at my dorm, which I'm not able to go to because coronavirus.
Coronavirus, yeah.
So, yeah.
How long have you been doing dog shows?
I've been doing them from, let's see, how old am I right now? 20? I've been doing them since around 8 years old. So, like,
Wow.
12 years.
Jesus. What got you into that? Like, to
I was
start
kind of voluntold to do it by my
that?
mom's friend. We were just kind of I've always really liked huskies. I like their color and I like how playful they were and stuff like that. And so the lady's like, "Here, I'll give you a I'll give you 2 huskies for free because you guys seem like a really good family for them. Oh, by the way, run her around in a square." And I ran around in a square and she's like, "You're going to come to a dog show with me." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I ended up really liking it, and actually a lot of my friends that I know today are from dog showing and I
Really?
still keep up with them. They've moved, like, because I'm in St. Louis right now, and they all moved to California or to Texas or Indiana or wherever. But it's still really nice, and it's a fun, unique thing to say that you do because not a lot of people do dog showing, and the only
Yeah.
things that they really know about it is like, "Oh, your dogs can do tricks and stuff." I'm like, "No, my dogs literally just stand there and look pretty."
Yeah. Like, how much work goes into grooming and prepping a dog? Like, there's
It depends on the type of dog. For my dogs, it tends to be if they're shedding really bad, it tends to be like 45 minutes
mm,
per dog.
jeez.
Usually I only have to take like 30 because that's just personal. It's just like depends on like your personal routine. They say probably like average 30 minutes, just like to make sure you're putting in an effort. But
Yeah.
that could also change based on if you're like where you are showing the dog at, like where the dog show is, because I know some places they're at horse arenas. We have dog shows at horse arenas. We have dog shows
Mm,
outside. So I'm not going to clean my dog's feet if I don't need to.
right.
So, oh, speaking of dog, here's one right now.
Cool.
Hi, come here, come here. Dog, you can't see dog.
Which one is that?
That's Minnie.
Minnie. Okay, so name your dogs.
There's Minnie. It's Jaden. There's Minnie and Shelby and there's Jasper, and there's Scarlet.
Scarlet. So you've got four.
Yes, I have
Wow.
4.
It's a lot of big dogs. Yeah. Uh,
One's on my bed right now staring at me over my monitors,
cute. Cute doggy.
and it's fun.
That's fun. So,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of questions. Like, so for the horse, like the horse side of things, equine, wh- whatever it's called. What? How'd you get into that? Like the horse side of things? Because I know you do like I've seen pictures of you doing the circuit or whatever they call it, riding a horse and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know I've really been in horses since I was little because my mom did horses, and then we had a horse, and so I just kind of because before I lived in St. Louis, I lived in Baltimore, Maryland, or Maryland, and that's just how we say it there. My bad. And
That's where she gets her accent is. Yeah.
Baltimore, Maryland.
'Cause you got
Um,
the funniest thing is the way she pronounces words like coffee. I say it
coffee,
coffee. She says coffee. And, you know, there's a funny Super Bowl ad that's like Smart Pack. You know,
smapak, hoaba.
very very her lingo. Her but it's kind of fun. And
We're
she
the most northern southern state, so you'll get people that talk northern, you'll get people that talk very southern. It just kind of morphed together.
yeah.
But anyway, so when I was in Maryland, we did a lot of horse stuff. And then when I moved to Missouri, I kind of started getting into more sports like volleyball, softball, um, track, basketball, stuff like that, a lot of basketball. And so I didn't really have a lot of time for the horse showing, and I was also doing dog showing and starting that up more. And so I had to get rid of the most expensive one, which in that case
Mm,
was the
the
horses because
horses.
horses are expensive.
Yeah.
So, and then I just started it back up for college because it was something that I knew I could do, I have done, I was interested in, and it could be like a way to be involved in the school.
Hmm,
So,
it's interesting.
it's fun.
So, like with the dogs and stuff, is there a for shows and stuff, is there a time limit that say you're prepping for a dog? Is there how does it all work? Like from start to finish, you get there with your dogs. Like walk us through like the steps you go through to get it
Okay.
shown.
God. Okay, well, mainly the first thing is you have to figure out there's gonna be like a bunch of rings. Depending on the size of the show, there could be as little to 3 rings, and then there could be like I've been at a show where there was 40 rings.
Jeez.
And it took up an entire convention center. And so it just depends. So you want to find your ring first, and then you want to find your ring time.
Okay.
So basically, so say like so huskies would one day be, and it changes like every day. The
Mm.
ring might not change, but the time usually does. So huskies could be like ring 11 at 10:30, and then they could be after 5 border collies, 6 golden retrievers, and like 2 chihuahuas or something. It's just like it's you're in a time block.
Okay.
So you have a ring, you have a time block, and you want to probably get there around 11:35 because that's when your time block starts. But if you're not straight up at 11:35, then you can walk a little slower. But really that's the first thing you should probably do is to like figure out where you need to go after you
Yeah.
groom your dog, and then you groom your dog, and then you get your armband. And the armband is like the little thing that goes on your arm,
Uh-huh.
obviously. It's your number, and each dog has a certain number, and it goes into their classes. So there's like puppy dog classes, and then there's puppy bitch classes because that's what you call the female
Yeah.
dogs because it's like the anatomically correct term for them.
Mm.
And so that's where that word came from. And so
Yes.
there's puppy dog, puppy bitch, bred by dog, bred by bitch, and the bred by is like the person that's showing the dog is the breeder of the dog.
Okay.
Like helped make the puppies of the
Yes.
dog. I don't know how to explain that. And then like veteran dog and veteran bitch are dogs that are over 7 years old, 8 years old. And that can go from 7 years old to 12 years old.
Mm.
And but those are usually not at all breed shows. Those are usually at things called specialties, which is only for that breed. So like there can be a husky specialty or a Malamute specialty or a Pomeranian specialty or something like that.
Yeah, there's so many. Do you know? Here's a question. Do you know how many actual breeds of dogs there are officially?
At this rate, okay, so officially in the AKC, which is American Kennel Club, which is the one that's like everybody talks about. There's usually over, I believe there's something over 158 or 160 registered breeds,
Wow.
like breeds that they actually recognize. But honestly, there could be at least or over 300 breeds in the world
That's
as we speak
insane.
and counting. But
That's
they're just not
crazy.
all unrecognized. Like
Yeah.
pit bulls, there are many different
Yeah, yeah.
breeds of pit bulls, but
Well,
pit bulls are not recognized by AKC yet.
and that's the crazy thing is you can crossbreed and then that's, it's a different
You can
dog.
crossbreed and a whole new breed.
That's insane. It's trippy.
And that's not even counting the mixed breeds, because mixed breeds are technically new breeds,
Yeah.
but
So
they're
they
not
don't
counted yet.
consider
So
purebred, or they don't consider anything but a purebred as a breed, right?
technically, yeah, AKC is technically purebred dogs.
Okay.
But that's how they recognize the breed. If it's a purebred breed that is mainly its own, it's not like a labradoodle or something,
Right.
because labradoodles are mixed with two standard breeds.
Yeah.
Then it's usually, I don't know, I'm not the best person to ask about that,
Hmm.
but I just know that usually mixed breeds aren't counted as a breed,
Hmm.
as an official
Yeah,
purebred
yeah.
breed.
Makes
So
sense. So, you get your dog and you get to the, I guess, judging panel would be my guess there. What do you do? How do you show your like dog? What do you do there? Like you get up there
okay,
and
so the way that the three different types of main dog shows are like conformation, which is what I do, agility, which is usually what people see, like jumping through the tires and going through the tubes and whatever, and going over the jumps or fences or whatever the heck they do. And then there's also obedience, and those are like the main three that people think of. So I do the conformation, which is like the big fancy dog shows that you see on TV with the dogs just standing. So usually what you do is you go in the ring, depending on your class. The judge will ask you to take your dog around the ring.
mm,
So it's literally just you're running your dog around the ring at a trotting gait. So like they're not like sprinting, beelining down in a
yeah,
square. They're just doing that like trotting gait where the dog is the at the trotting gait. Usually, if it's the legs are extended out, the legs should be extended out. Two should be extended out to the outside, and then the inside one should be forming a triangle when the feet touch.
okay,
And so that's the trot, like, and then so or trot, and so they go around the ring, and then you have to stack up your dog, which basically means that all the feet are equal to each other. So like the front right leg is across from the front left leg, and you should be able to put like your hand in between the 2 feet, and that's about the distance that you want.
okay,
And then the two back legs, with the exception of a German Shepherd, of course, because their leg
yeah,
gets like stretched out. One of them does. They're the same amount of equal, and they're just not one is in front of the other a little bit more, not one's behind the other a little bit more. It's like box,
yeah,
very much box dog, and
huh,
then like the back legs get stretched out depending on what breed it is, and the tail gets held out depending on what breed it is. So like golden retrievers and pointers, sometimes their tail gets held out.
hmm,
My dogs, if I touch their tail, they will bite me. So
really, jeez,
or they'll just not like it. They'll think that I'm like
yeah,
weird or something.
it's
But
interesting.
and then after they stack, you usually go down and back, which is just you run down a line and then you turn around, you come back, you stack your dog like a free stack, which is where you stack them, hold a treat in front of them, and hope that they do the nice perfect box stand. They
Hmm.
Depending on the dog, they usually don't. They usually do. Who knows?
Yeah,
And then the judge asks you to go back around.
the
And
circle.
then usually after that, if the judge is a judge that doesn't like to take their grand old time, so the younger ones,
Yeah,
they would just choose who wins after that.
interesting. How many people are usually in a class?
That really depends. Like, it depends on how big the show is, and it depends on I've been in, and it depends on like what the class is. I've Usually the open classes are bigger because they're not like specific to this dog has to be bred by you in order for you to show it, or you have to be an amateur owner handler in order to bring the dog in the ring. It has to be puppy. It has to be this or whatever.
Huh.
So open is usually biggest, and the classes I've been in a class by myself, but I've
Really?
also been in a class of 25.
Okay.
So
Makes it a bit hard, I guess. What is the biggest like show? Have you ever been to a national tournament? Like the
hmm
national dog shows?
so I've been to there's three main ones that a lot of people think of are like the big ones, or actually technically four if you're thinking worldwide. But we'll just think America right now.
Right.
Um, the biggest one is probably Westminster, and that's in New York City. It's in New York City around mid-February, and that one is usually the biggest one. If you go to Westminster and if you win everything, then you have a lot of money in your pocket, and you also usually retire your dog
Yeah.
because that's just how because it's
Right.
just like once you get there, it's and then the second one, I think this is the second biggest. It used to be called Eukanuba. It was in Long Beach and then it moved to Orlando, Florida. And it was Eukanuba and now it's Royal Canin, AKC National Championship. And that's the one that I've been to. And I've been to that one, let's see here. I've qualified for it from for juniors, which junior showmanship is like the kid dog showing. It's
Yeah.
from 9 years old to 18, or 9 years old to 17 years old technically, because 18 you have to leave. And I've qualified probably mm, let's see here. I'm trying to think. Seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th grade. I've qualified, no, and 12th grade. So I've qualified 5 times for juniors, but I've only been probably three three times, or no, 2 times out of the junior qualifications because final exams would always be at the same time.
Yeah.
And so that one's in Orlando, Florida. And then the other one is the one that a lot of people think about too, is the one over Thanksgiving, which is right
Yeah,
after the
that's
Macy's Day Parade. It's the
yeah,
National Dog Show in
everybody
Pennsylvania.
watches that. Yeah. It's a big
Yeah.
one. That one I've
hmm
that's like the only one I've ever watched and really had never really seen a lot of dog shows, but there's a video from that, and you've probably seen it, of this little, I think it's a corgi running the circuit, the speed circuit. It's like a time circuit and they're running through, and that little corgi wins the whole championship because it's just a quick little thing. So do you know how that works? Like what is I mean, that's just based upon time, if I'm correct, finishing the
It
circuit.
depends on your, was the corgi jumping through
And
hoops and
hoops
stuff,
and over and under
going
and
through
yeah,
tubes,
going through
jumping through
tubes,
tires, stuff like
jumping through
that.
tires. Yeah.
That was probably the agility competition,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that is insane how some
That's
of the
fun to
dogs do
watch. Yeah,
that.
those dogs are
Especially
crazy.
corgis. I have seen a Chihuahua run it and get a great time and
That's
and get
insane.
second place. They do they do take down the jumps like certain heights and stuff depending on your dog's height,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. But if your dog can jump higher, then they can put it up for a warm up or something like that. I've heard. I don't really know a lot about that, but there is one thing that my dog Scarlet does, and it's called barn hunt. And it's
Mm.
literally where the dog, so there's an enclosed fenced area of hay and hay bales, and there's usually a tunnel, like a tunnel and a little thing that they have to step on. And the goal is they have to sniff out, without the owner's help, without the handler's help, they have to sniff out and indicate that they have found 3 tubes that hold live rats in them.
Oh,
It is
that's
very
cool.
fun to watch Scarlett
Yeah.
do that. She has tried to pry open a tube before. My
Gee.
mom my mom does that with Scarlett, and it is very cute, but
Yeah.
it is also very interesting to watch because it's just crazy. They say that dogs' noses are the one of the best noses, like you
Oh yeah.
cannot beat them.
Yeah, that's why
And
they're used for
their scent techniques are crazy, and that shows it right there
yeah.
because they can find these rats that are usually like in holes or hidden underneath other scents and stuff, and they're just like, oh, I got it.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that's all. interesting to watch.
Dog showing. That's always kind of been a weird, from an outsider standpoint. I'm like, I wonder what that's
Oh yeah,
like.
no, it's weird from an outsider's like people think we're freaking insane. If you don't know what a dog show is, and you come in and you just like see all these people running around with dogs and like
Yeah, it's so
in like
weird.
business suits, like
Business
these
suits,
people
yeah,
are crazy. What are they doing?
right. That's
But
fun.
some people are just not in it. It like I'm really in it for the fun, for the exercise of the dog, and for the
Yeah,
exercise of me and just like getting out there. But other people are very serious about it. And sometimes it's kind of just like you with gaming, like you're just out there trying like you're having fun, like okay,
right.
you'll take it like a little bit seriously, but it's just like if you lose, like it's not you're
Yeah,
not going to like die over it, but there are some people out there that will if they get like second place or something or if they're not like the highest
they just
whatever
lose their
they'll just
mind. Oh
they'll
man.
just go crazy.
So,
And I've known a couple people.
what is your best award? I mean, you've got all these ribbons, and like, what was probably one of your favorites that was just like, wow, I just won.
um Probably my best award is I have two of them actually. I have two of them right here because they're one of the ones that I tried to hang up and it didn't work so well. So I can just rip them out right here. So these are my best awards. They're very tiny. They're very tiny ribbons, but
Hmm.
they're very important. So this one is best owner handled in show, and that's basically best in show but owner handled. So like you own the dog and you're showing the dog. And they just introduced this. I don't remember when they introduced this program, but now they have a whole entire like new group for owner handlers.
Oh, really?
So there's like the regular working group and the owner handler working group. And then there's the regular best in show and the owner handler best in show. So I've gotten
Huh.
a reserve owner handler best in show and then I got this one. And it came out of nowhere. And the guy pointed to me, he's like, "Hey, you're going to win today."
Yeah?
And he literally just said it like that. He walked up to me. He's like, "Hi, you're gonna win today." And I'm like, "When?" He's like, "Now. You won the thing." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And so I didn't really understand what was happening, and so I kind of just like walked around like I don't get it. And then I was in the car and it hit me, and I'm like, "Mom, mom, I won best in show." And she's like, "Really?"
That's crazy.
So
That's funny.
she's yeah, I'm very proud. This was with Shelby. And
Uh,
I'm very proud of Shelby because Shelby like almost ate my hand or ate my sleeve like beforehand. And
uh,
so and then this one was from when I was a junior and it was the Kentuckiana cluster. It's one of like the biggest ones. It actually got we were actually at it during my spring break.
hmm.
So that weekend I was supposed to go and I was going to show and then it would start my then it would either start my spring break or end my spring break. I don't remember. I think it started, I don't know. But it ended like a day early because of the whole coronavirus thing
Yeah.
because this is probably one of the biggest shows I've been to. There were 3,000 people in that arena.
Oh, jeez.
And with the coronavirus thing going around, that was not a good idea
Oh,
whatsoever.
yeah.
So they ended it a day early. A bunch of
Hmm.
people got mad. Me and my mom were very happy. We went to the outlet mall. So,
Heck yeah.
but this was in 2016, and it was the regional top junior handler competition. And out of usually 200 to 300 juniors, they pick 8 to go in, and basically we duke it out for a scholarship.
Wow.
And I didn't get anything. I didn't get any like award of merit or like the best ultimate best junior whatever or like anything like that. At the end, like I didn't get anything out of the 8. I just kind of got boom. But I did become one of the 8 finalists. And my fun story behind this is that one, I didn't really know that it was going to happen, and I didn't realize how big of a deal it was until I was like congratulated everywhere, and then I was like asked to do a bunch of other stuff. But then
Yeah.
also I got a jacket, and that's literally all I care about is the jacket. I don't care
Heck
that I
yeah.
had to go in for a finals.
Right.
I just got a really nice jacket,
That's
and that's all
cool.
I care about. So yeah,
Awesome.
that was
That's cool.
interesting.
That's kind of cool. I've actually never met anybody that's done dog showing except you, so that's kind of cool. It's not really a very common thing here in Utah.
No,
So
it's
horse
not.
shows are popular here. Horse shows are huge here, but
I don't know anybody in Utah. I know people in Wyoming, Colorado. I know people around Utah
yeah,
that do dog showing, but I don't really know anyone in Utah.
yeah. For those of you
So,
that don't know, my girlfriend and I are in completely different states. We're about, I don't know, 1,000 miles apart, so that's fun. Uh, but yeah, it makes it for an interesting relationship. Um, so I had a question I was gonna ask. Now I forgot it. Uh, oh, so my girlfriend and I play games together, obviously. What game's your favorite? What game is your
um,
favorite?
does it have to be a game that we play
No,
together?
here it comes. I'm waiting for it.
Slime.
Yeah, Slime Rancher.
Well, I'll kind of backpedal on that a little bit. I like Slime Rancher, but I also like CS:GO. I
Yeah.
do kind of like that one, but if I had to choose, it would probably be Slime Rancher.
She she gets Slime
It's very
Rancher, and
relaxing.
she's just we're in a voice call in Discord, and she just keeps going, "Ee, this game is so cute. Ee, it's adorable. Ee, look at that." And I'm like, "Oh, this game." Are you like what other games do you play? I mean, we play Minecraft, we play CS:GO,
Um,
and Slime Rancher and VR
I
Chat.
know back in the olden days, aka when I was in like 8th grade, um, I played some Saints Row series, some Saints Row 3.
Heck yeah.
Um, or no, Saints Row 3 was more like when I was like a freshman in college. Um, Saints Row 3, I played some Assassin's Creed. I liked Assassin's Creed. I watched a lot of gameplay on that. I thought that Assassin's Creed was really awesome because of like the historical factor of
Yeah,
it.
I love Assassin's Creed.
Um, I played a lot of Minecraft when I was
Yeah,
younger because that was like that was honestly the main game that I played, that and some other stuff.
yeah.
And then what else have I played? Jeez. Um, I like the Call of Duty series, but there was only one that I played, and I do still like it. It was World at War.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
liked World at War. I was a fan. Um, and then like mobile games, I just like Azur Lane, which is the naval ships
Yeah.
personified as woman.
It's so weird. Um, yeah, no, I've played a lot of games, but my top three of all time at number one is Skyrim because oh, I love Skyrim. It is so nice
You
and
really liked Skyrim VR.
yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I need to get back into that. Skyrim in VR is so weird because you're there. You're not
Mm-hmm.
looking at a monitor. You're in the game. It was fun. Then my second has got to be Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops. Oh, I put a lot of hours into Black Ops, and my mom hated it because I would spend days playing that game, and I just loved it. It was so fun to get online, play with people, and have friends. And with the new one, Call of Duty Warzone, it really brings me back to when I was like, man, let's get online, let's play tonight. And so that, that was really fun. And then my third favorite's of course Minecraft. Minecraft has been one of the games that has been in my YouTube channel for since we started. I think it was the second video I ever did was Minecraft, and it's been around for a while. So
Oh yeah, that
uh,
was the first actual game I bought. Was first one
Minecraft
I bought on Xbox and first one I bought on my computer and on my phone. That was like the first game that I actually played,
was Minecraft. Yeah,
and it was very very fun. It's like a game for like anyone of any
yeah,
ages.
yeah. It is. It is, and it's so fun. What games? I mean, there are new games coming out and stuff. Are there any you're kind of intrigued about or excited about?
Um, I know I did like that Fall Guy game that you were talking about.
I am
I
so
watched
excited for Fall Guys.
yeah,
I'm so
I watched the
excited.
previews for it and I watched like the channeling for it. There is one that I really do like right now. It's called Valorant,
I've heard
and
about Valorant.
a
Yeah.
lot of people right now. I'm waiting for the summer, and I just kind of watch it, but then you can get a pre-beta release key drop if
Yeah.
you watch enough like Twitch streams and stuff like that with drops enabled, and you connect your Twitch account to your Raid account. I think that's what the company is, Raid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, but if you connect your account, like if you connect your two accounts and you watch what drops, you could possibly get the notification on Twitch. And I see people just watching like stream time, like doing the exclamation point stream time,
Yep.
and you just see people that have watched for like 10, 20, 40 whole days
Mm-hmm.
of one person just to get this key drop. And
Yeah.
then there's like people and they still haven't gotten the key, and then there's people that have only watched for like maybe like 4 hours and they just
Yeah.
automatically get it. And people just get so pissed off. And so I'm just like, I'm waiting for the summer. But it's basically like CSGO. It's a 5-on-5,
Mm-hmm.
but it does have the magic incorporation
Yeah,
and it
that's gonna
has
be
like the kind of
crazy.
power like incorporation. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, Valorant's
But
one I'm
yeah.
excited for. But Fall Guys. Oh, let's talk about Fall Guys because it's so cute. If you haven't seen Fall Guys, it's basically another battle royale, but it's unlike any other battle royale I've ever seen. There's 100 people to start with, and you're these cute little adorable guys that just run around, and they're just like, running around. There's different game modes, and I'm not sure what they all are. I know one is you have to break through walls, and if the wall is a fake door. You have to go around till you find the correct door. It looks so cute. I'm excited to play it. And so I've got it favorited on Steam. I'm waiting for the release date, which they'll probably announce after this COVID thing's over. But yeah, I'm wanting to get like a
Mhm.
bunch of people into it because it's so cute. It looks great. And it's just, I don't know, you get to customize your own little fall guy and do little customizations, so that'll be fun. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, so I'm just trying to think like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of good questions. What do you want to talk about? Like I don't know.
Um, let's talk about parental barriers with long distance relationships.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, my girlfriend's mother, thank God I'm not on speakerphone right now, but she's very, she doesn't believe I exist. Well, I mean, kind of. I would say borderline on the fence.
She does now. She's kind of
Yeah,
okay. I'll have to tell the story from the beginning.
yeah,
So basically, I had to hide my relationship with Jaden for like 3-ish months or 2-ish months because my mom is not a video game person. She's just like she's never been, and it's based on, I'm not going to give out her job right now, but it's based on her just job history and stuff like that, and also
yeah,
like her experience in her job.
oh yeah,
That's just like and then also it's just her personal preference. Like she's not really good with video games. She's not good with that multiplayer stuff because like, the internet is the internet. You can run into some crazy people, but like Jaden is not a 62-year-old man posing as
yeah,
a 22-year-old.
obviously.
So it's like I don't know, but she I then kind of I don't even remember how. Oh no, I do remember how I brought it up. I had you on Discord video chat on my iPad, and I basically shoved the iPad in her face and was just like, "This is Jaden, and
Yeah.
guess what? He's my boyfriend." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then like seemed kind of okay then at
Yeah.
first, and then I hung up, and out of nowhere, just like her face changed. She's like, no, you guys are just friends. That can't happen.
Right.
Like relationships over games, relationships long distance, they can't happen. And it's like, okay, so she basically thinks their relationship's non-existent.
Yeah.
But then
It,
she kind of warmed up to it after, and then she realized like, oh, hey, he's actually like okay, and like she's
right.
actually like okay still, like nobody's hacked her computer yet
Yeah.
or
No, it's
something.
funny because
So
when
she's kind of just, yeah.
I flew to see my girlfriend in January, and that was all under the radar. Like, I don't think, did you tell her at all? None of that was told of.
Um, I hinted it to her once, and then I tried to tell her straightforward once, and she kind of just blew it off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she really pieced it together that he's been to Memphis to see me yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
really don't. So
That's funny. It's so weird because like I don't know why she doesn't believe I exist. You know, it's like whatever. I don't know.
well
It's
now she thinks now she believes you exist, but like she
yeah.
just doesn't. She's kind of rolls her eyes whenever I talk about you.
It's pretty funny. No, it was cool to actually, cause so for those of you that have watched the vlog, you can go to my YouTube channel and Gearbolt Gaming on YouTube. So I flew into Memphis and I see coming to the airport, and then here's this little girl just like, "Hello, it's me," like just kind of
I'm not a
awkward.
little girl.
I just that's I don't know. You just had that kind of innocent like, "Hello, I am
I've never
here."
been to the
Like you see me at the top there, like,
Bro, I was about to think like my mother. I didn't know you were existing either.
yeah,
I kind of saw this person. I'm like, wait,
it's the same
like
person. What?
that's that guy. That's my boyfriend. I had to kind of process it
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh frick, this is
this is
happening.
happening. Yeah,
So, but overall, it was like okay. But then my biggest issue was like how. Sorry, I have like another thing
I
going at the
saw
end there.
that. Yeah,
My biggest probably worry was just like how are we gonna get back and not get in a car crash? Because Memphis is
Memphis is
crazy. It
crazy.
started raining. It started pouring
Yeah,
right after I got him from the airport.
there was a
And
car
then,
flipped over
yeah,
on our way
there
back.
was
There
a
was a car flipped over. I was like, oh
there's a
shit.
truck flipped over on its roof. The people got God love it. The people in there were okay. They were
Yeah.
out, but the guy was just kind of scratching his head, like, and
Oh
using
shit.
like
Yeah.
shaking his head. I'm like, is this like an often occurrence? Because you're just like, oh God dang it, I did it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, oh God,
So, yeah,
it's
anyway,
crazy.
I got down to the bottom of that escalator and I just hugged her and she wouldn't let me go. So I was like, "Ah, you're so cute." It's great. Yeah,
Hmm.
we've been together for 6 months now, which is kind of crazy.
Hmm.
And
He videoed everything.
yeah, I filmed a bunch of it, the
He
vlog, and
videoed me and him. We went to the Starbucks that was at the bookstore
yeah.
that morning before my classes because it was like granted it was like the first week of classes
Mm-hmm.
starting back up from winter break, so it was like it was all basically beginner whatevers
Yeah.
anyway. And so we waited in the line and he videoed us walking to the Starbucks and like did a little video that he videoed us going back,
Mm-hmm.
videoed at the horse stable.
Yep.
videoed
I did a lot.
videoed every
I wanted
but then I
to.
got to video him getting stabbed by paint for
Yeah,
his tattoos.
tattoo. That was fun. But yeah, it was so cool because I'd never been to Memphis, and then we went down to the Beale Street, and you'd never. I mean, you'd seen it, but you'd never been like down it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I've never been down it at night. I've passed through it in the day when it's not that like pretty looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a completely different world. It's like a mini Vegas for them, and it was so cool because we'd walk down it. There's a bunch of pictures in the vlog, and it was fun. Uh,
Hmm.
and I had at the time, I before I even went there, I was like, I want to make this trip special and something that she's not gonna forget. And so I got this ring at a place, and I was like, this is
Walmart.
no, shush.
I'm
You're
kidding.
not supposed to
That's
say
where I
where
get
it
all
is. Anyway, so I get this ring and I'm like, this is nice, you know, this is good. And I didn't even realize till I got it home and was looking at it that it was her favorite color. I was like, whoa! I just picked a ring that was, you know, on there, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. And so uh, I packed it up and flew over there, and then we went to Beale Street. We went to uh, the
It was like
mall.
the river front.
Yeah,
Oh no, you're talking about the mall.
the mall. We
We
went to
went
the
to two
mall.
malls. We went to Oak Court Mall, which was right by the university, and
Mm-hmm.
then Wolf Chase, which was like
The
20
big
minutes
one.
down.
Yeah, it was a fun, big mall we went to. And then we went to Beale Street again the next night. And it was like it was the Saturday night because I had to come home Sunday. And I had this ring, and I'm like, all right, I want. it was a promise ring. I'm like, all right, we gotta find the perfect spot. Like I wanted everything to be perfect,
I
and
didn't know any perfect spots, but my roommates did,
yeah.
apparently.
So,
Um,
oh, and
I
here's the
was,
thing. I showed her roommates the ring,
yeah,
and so
I had the door closed on me. I had to sit in my
yeah, just sit
room.
in the room. I'm like, I'm gonna show them your gift because she had no idea what I had. And
I hear screaming outside the door.
they
I'm
were
like,
so like,
something's happening.
and then I was like, yeah. And they're like, is that a promise ring? And they're like, yeah. They're like, how girls do. And anyway, so anyway, we go back down to the waterfront, right on the bank of the Mississippi River, and we're just standing there. It was night. We found this little bridge. It was like this cheap wooden bridge that I don't
It
know,
got broken
it got
down
broken
probably from
down, and
some flood.
yeah, so we were standing on it and playing a song that I'd had saved. I was like skipping it when we were in the car rides. I'd skip it purposely so she wouldn't hear it. And anyway, so I played this song and we danced for a minute, and then the song got over, and I'm like, "You ready for your gift?" She's like, "All right." And I pulled out the ring. It was like, "This is a promise ring," and kind of asked her to make me a promise, and she
Will you be
did.
my gamer girl?
Yeah, essentially. Anyway, and it was so perfect. Everything just went so perfect, and she just was like, she couldn't handle it.
hmm And then I
And
joked about how we should say it was an engagement ring so we could get like free food at all the restaurants. Because like
yeah,
some of the restaurants actually, I learned this from my friend. I don't know if they do it anymore, and I don't know if they were doing it while we were there because it just passed Christmas and New Year's.
yeah,
But some of the restaurants, they give out like free stuff or discounts or whatever, depending on the restaurant. Like if you got engaged on Beale Street,
yeah.
and so I'm just like,
Let's, yeah,
we should pretend that we're engaged so we can get free food.
yeah,
So, but it's like we never really did it because no one really cared.
yeah.
Everybody was too drunk to care.
It was
So,
such a good. I don't know. Everything was just
yeah,
perfect that night, and it was so nice. And
yeah.
we went back to back to Beale Street into this little BB's coffee shop or whatever it was, the King's
King's
Cafe, King's Cafe.
King's Palace Cafe, I think.
And so we went inside, we ordered dinner, and there was this guy in the back playing music, and he played What a Wonderful World. And I don't know, everything just went so perfect. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't.
Unfortunately, that ring is right now sitting at my dorm because I don't wear it.
Dang.
I don't wear it when I go out. When I get a piece of jewelry, like especially a ring, because those get lost very
Yeah,
easily. I try my best not to wear it in all my like places that I go to. I'll wear it during class. I'll wear it during the day. But if I'm going back out, like if I go to my dorm and then go back out to the dining hall to eat around like 6 p.m. ish, when it starts getting dark, I'll take it off. I'll put it back in the box.
yeah,
And so of course and I didn't want to bring it over spring break because I thought it was only going to be a week of spring break and I
right.
didn't want to lose it depending on where we were going because dog shows people like to take stuff, people like to steal stuff.
Yeah,
My friend has got a wedding ring stolen. It's a nightmare. I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose this anywhere because it is very, very important to me.
yeah,
So I left it at my dorm, and so now it's basically stuck there.
yep.
I put it in my safe, but I can't get it until we move myself out. But I very much I love that ring, and it's
Mm.
not like the other rings that those like cheapo rings that you get at
Yeah,
Claire's or something that make your
a
ring finger.
green, yeah, a green
It's like
ring on it.
actual. Like I took it off. I'm like, I'm not used to this. My finger's clear. It's
Yeah,
not green.
yeah, no, it was
So
not
it was very
a
nice.
cheap, it wasn't a cheapo just ring. It was very
hmm
nice, so.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I look at it. I'm like, this is not just a ring, Emily. What the hell?
yeah, so
But yeah.
pretty good. But yeah,
You
that's.
forgot to talk about Bass Pro.
Oh yeah, we went to the world's largest Bass Pro Shop, so that was fun. We spent a while in there. It's this huge pyramid basically, and three-story building, and then you can go all the way to the top. There's this little lookout, glass lookout, and there's what do you call it? Restaurant at the very top. Yeah,
hmm
and that was cool. I was like, whoa, it's expensive as hell though, but
Hunting and yeah, all the
yeah,
tables were reserved. Usually, you have
yeah,
to like make it. You have to make a reservation either like a week before, 2 days before, or
yeah,
like the morning it opens.
it's
But
crazy. But
yeah,
yeah, so
it's an
that was
insane
cool.
place.
Went to Bass Pro Shops, and then yeah, that last night we did all that, and then that Sunday morning got up and went back to the airport, and home I went. That was so weird, just flying to the other side of the U.S., which I'd never been to, and seeing all of that, but it was fun, and it was good memories, and I have it on video, so I won't forget it. So that's the thing that's kind of cool is, we talk like talking to my parents and stuff. My mom does a journal, like she writes a journal every single week or every single day, and that's her journal. YouTube's my journal. Like I constantly doing stuff, and I do vlogs, and I'm like, all right, that's what happened. I can go back and watch it. So when like, because my grandpa he would tell me stories about all this, and it's like, oh, that's cool, but I don't really fully get the picture of what he's talking about. Me, I can be like, hey kids, this was me when I was 22 years old. Here we are. It's us on our trip. Things are so much simpler now with technology, but that's my journal. YouTube's been my journal for a long time, so kind of fun. Anyway, yeah. Do you have any questions for me while we're here?
Mm,
Put me on the spot or something.
what's your name again?
My name is Jaden. I am your boyfriend.
I don't know what other. I don't know what questions I have for you. What
Yeah.
questions do I
You know me
ask?
well enough. You already know me pretty well, so anyway. All right. So, thank you guys for watching. Check out the podcast wherever you get podcasts, The JH Show. It's available everywhere. You can find us on YouTube, and then on Twitter, it is The JH Show 1. Hit us up with questions on our Gmail at the JH Show Podcast at gmail.com. And yeah, that is all. Do you want to give out a social? Do you matter? Do you matter? Yes, you
Um,
matter.
no, I'm not
No?
giving up my socials.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.